You get a diploma and as a gift a summons. Such an action started in Russian universities. Graduates of Penza University and the Moscow Aviation Institute complained to journalists that they were forced to sign summonses before receiving their diplomas.
No diploma is issued until you sign a summons. Right in the office where the diploma is issued sits the military commissar. Together with the diploma, they are required to immediately sign the summons. This is for those who have been studying for a specialist for 5.5 years. They are trying to get such people with higher education to sign a contract, and presently you come to the military registration and enlistment office with this summons and they immediately say, go there and sign a contract, from the publication of the Verstka publication. Since mid-February we have recorded a sharp increase in the number of summonses issued, and in the most unexpected places they are already handed out. And a young man wrote to us who came to the multifunctional center for the provision of state and municipal services to receive a passport, and he was handed a summons. People from the hospitals of the Vyborg district of St. Petersburg wrote to us that they had been handed a summons there. At some meetings with the military commissar, I don't understand why, which are held right in the college students are also handed out summonses, and this is both Moscow and Chelyabinsk.
Human rights activists say the second wave of mobilization is in full swing in Russia, only now the technology is different, to lure them into the military registration and enlistment office and then force them to sign a contract. According to several media reports, the Ministry of Defense thus wants to attract 400,000 people to participate in the war against Ukraine. Orders have already been sent to the regions. The corresponding document was obtained by the activists of the project Go by the Forest.
Officially, this is called recruitment of candidates for military service under the contract. The distribution of summons was entrusted to the regions. The deadline for completing the assignment is May 1st. As residents of the Vologda region told us, everyone who now comes to the military enlistment office is allowed to sign a ban on leaving the region. It is obvious that the signatories of the summons will then be strongly advised to conclude a contract. From a message of the project Go by the Forest on Telegram.
Meanwhile, the Kremlin denies the start of a second wave of mobilization. In a number of regions, they admitted that they had stepped up the issuance of summons, but allegedly only to clarify the data. Human rights activists warn this is a trap.
We record cases when people having appeared at the military registration and enlistment office simply do not immediately leave the medical board, and as it were, the issuance of military uniforms and further training. We recommend that you do not sign the summons, do not go to the military registration and enlistment offices in any case, do not put yourself in danger. So we remind you that for this non-appearance, even if you signed a summons to the military registration and enlistment office, you face only an administrative fine.
But after visiting the military registration and enlistment office, the Russian security forces have the opportunity to bring citizens who await mobilization to justice under a criminal article. You cannot get away with the fine, but even worse is that every mobilized person can become an accomplice in Russia's criminal aggressive war against Ukraine, get injured, or return home in zinc coffin. Reported by Roman Smoler, Vasyl Panasyuk, UATV News.